Nice little brass hinge I just pulled out of the nest right there. Curious about this piece. I'm wondering if it was a pin at one time. I'm not picking up anything on this side, but there's definitely two markers there. Not sure. It's brass. No, might be copper. Well, out of that hole, I just pulled a dime and then had another signal in there. And we got a 2001 Sacagawea dollar. Great coin. And it's got an eagle on the back, which I don't recognize that as being on the back of that. I guess that's one I haven't seen. And there's another signal in the hole. Yeah, with my light on now, I can see we just picked up an earring, but it's junk metal. But it's nice and thick, which just means I'm in a good area. Well, it's officially dark out. Now I got my headlamp on, and look what washed up. I don't have my big bag. I don't even know if I could take this with me. I'll find a spot for it. That was a bad day. I do like the occasional wheat scent. 1944 on the beach. Oh man, I had a feeling. I know what that is. There's no question. Let's get a look at it. Uh-oh. I'm looking at some ice also. A nice sea on it. Oh, but I'm not so sure I like that little corrosion there. It's a pretty ring. I'm gonna have to get it home and test it. See what we got. I don't like that little mark right there. We're right next to that hole where I got the ring. And I think I just pulled out a pretty silver earring that closes up, I believe. It's got some ice in it. I doubt those are real diamonds, but it does look like it's silver. It might be on a hot spot. Oh my goodness, I think I just bagged another ring. It's looking silver. I don't remember the last two ring day I had. Yeah, it's a small silver ring. Feels like it's got some age to it. Excellent. What a day. An interesting little section here that created a wash. I've been here before. I'm hoping it pulled out quite a bit because I found some old relics right there that have been washed down from here. I'm going to check that out while my counterpart is setting up to go out in the water. Well, I'm not really sure what I have coming out here. There's some embossing on the heel. Peter something. I like what I think is the color of it. It's kind of hard to tell. And it sure feels like it's jammed in there, so it might be intact. I'm going to spend a few minutes carefully pulling this thing out and see what we have. Well, with a bottle that was this high up, meaning its chances of being super old are slim because it's on the top of the pile, and buried that deep, there's a little embossing in the bottom. But it was a good 20 minutes to scrape out of here. We're gonna hope for the best and see a standard greenish, I'm gonna say it's a wine bottle. snow embossing, cork top. I don't know, for all the work I put into it, I'm gonna like it a little bit more. It's good size. Doesn't look like there's any issues with it. Great color. Yeah. I'll take it home. I like the color. Well, I just popped this bad boy right out of there. And that's as high as you can on my hill. But I think it's an old Tierney soda bottle, which has a little more age to it. Tierney Beverages. Cool embossing. 14 East 18th Street, Bayonne, New Jersey. Has a little chip there. Registered contents. But this does bring me to about the 20s on this style of soda bottle, which I have a lot of. And I like. Nice thick glass. This one has some ridges in it up here. Other than that little chip, it's in good shape. It's a keeper. Strange that this is the first old baby pin that I've pulled out of here. Appears to be brass. Actually, it's probably more copper. Well, I've been fooled by these pieces before. It's round enough to think it's something. Can't really make out anything on that side, but there are my little pin marks. So now we take a second look at this side, and there's definitely a figure there. I'm gonna take a wild guess. It might be Mary, but there's some design on the top, unless that's the bottom. And this is gonna clean up, hopefully, to make out what the image is on this pin. And it has a little bit of weight to it. Probably copper. That's an interesting bottle. I believe it's Hire's root beer extract, maybe. You mix the extract in here. There's got a 1/2 inch or a halfway up designation. And I have a couple of these, I believe, at home, but it's a little different version. Now, I know it's broken, but how do you not take a cool piece like this home? Almost looks alien anatomy, like a spine curled up in the end. There's probably a name for this type of design, I just don't know what it is. I love the way that looks. Well, I'm doing the last scoop around the edge of this hill here before I go. And on my first scoop, I did see quickly a really cool piece of uranium glass with some design on it, and I love to glow that. But sitting next to it, I thought it was a copper penny until I flipped it over and saw the pin on it. So we got ourselves a second pin for the day. It's very rare around here. And this thing looks like it's really intact. And there is definitely some, oh, I can see Patterson, New Jersey on it. The Something Junior Club. Very cool. That's gonna be great to get some pictures of. Oh, I might just say the Junior Club. Awesome. 2 pins in one day out of this place. Very rare. Cool. All right. Oh man, look at this guy stuck in this rock. The bottom half. Where's your top half? How cool is that? I'm not gonna be able to break it with one hand. So you're coming home like that. It might be actually cool just to leave you in this thing. All right, so it's the middle of the week, and I am blessed with being able to get out today during low tide, because we also finally had 2 great days of heavy rain. So as long as the heavy rain is during a low tide, it creates another version of a wash, not just the tide coming up, but a really good wash. So I'm hoping that I can find quite a bit of surface finds today. Even more so because my twin brother has been sending me video clips. He's away on vacation and he's on his like 5th or 6th piece of silver, including a really cool silver chain, which I should show the video of right now. Nothing to do cartwheels over yet. A piece of brass. An older cobalt blue, probably a fix. And I got this nice little piece of pottery. A little porcelain switch plate. It's interesting to look at. Got kind of a Christmas theme to it. Well, I'm gonna have to keep that then.
You don't find these too often. It's a Kennedy $50.
So I always check out my piles that I put in the river, because the river again washes the top layer off and something like this happens. Well, besides the uranium glass top that's sitting here, which is always cool, I do collect the salt and pepper shakers. And look at this guy with the top still on. Look at that piece. I'm not sure what kind of material that is, but I do like it. And I'm going to attempt to take the cap off to clean out the contents and bring this baby home. Brass screw, muffin, uranium glass.
Now we're here in Point Pleasant. There's not a soul on the beach because they predicted pretty rainy all this morning, and it ended up having a drop for an hour. Just starting to hit some very could be gold. Gotta read those markings. I just started hitting it in the heart of Point Pleasant here.
Here's a great example of me searching even while I'm digging. So I'm scooping here. I don't really need to look at it as I'm digging down. So I scan up a little bit. And can you see what the sun is catching there? You always second guess it. It looks like a heart shape. So I looked at it. Saw the sun was reflecting off of it. And it is a little heart shape. I don't know why I just whistled when I said shape. But there is a little brass heart sitting right on top. Oh, just jumped over there. Might even have an initial in it. Cool.
First piece of jewelry on day 3 at Point Pleasant. There's a little earring.
Okay, the first trial run with the new sneakers, the all-terrain water sock. And I gotta tell you right off the bat, even just walking on the boards, they feel phenomenal. There is support in the bottom of the foot in case you step on a stone or rock or something, but very little arch support, which is good because then the muscles in your feet actually activate more because they're not too cushioned. When feet are cushioned and really thick cushioned soles, they like to go to sleep. My toes are active, my feet are active. Let's try the beach.
The people at the Sequoia Company gave me these shoes to test out and also offered up a 20% discount code to any of my subscribers interested in these sneakers. So we will have a link in my description of this video and the promo code posted there.
All right, here we go.
There's no shade.
Well, here on the beach, there's no shade. Ah, that feels good. Okay, let's do some metal detecting and maybe some beach combing. Maybe not too much because it's really hot out.
Yeah.
But we're gonna go down by the water because it's low tide.
Also a reminder, we started a second YouTube channel, Strength Training The Basics, which there will be a link to that new YouTube channel also in the description of this video.
Okay.
Well, I don't know if these new shoes gave me really good luck. They felt great out in the water. How many quarters did we just find?
40?
More than 40.
Oh my.
We have to count. I don't know. I bet it's close to 50.
Oh my.
And there's more there. They just kept coming out. You just have to go. Okay, here's the proverbial dump. And what's most amazing about this, I think there's only one bottle cap. Look at all that change. That was 1 hour.
Gosh.
1 hour. Nothing but change. A couple lead weights, but a ton of change. We will get a count in a minute. Okay, there it is. 1 hour on the beach. That's $10. There's 40 quarters right there. It's another $11, $12, $13 in quarters with one really cool Canadian quarter. Looks like 2012. Then there is $1.10 in dimes. I believe it's 11 dimes. 3, 6, and 7 nickels, which is another 35 cents. 2 fishing weights, 1 fishing lure, 1 bottle cap. 1 bottle cap and no pennies. Not 1 penny was found. That's crazy. A lot of really cool quarters. Oh, what is this? I made a mistake. 2 Canadian quarters. Look at that. Cool. All right, I'm gonna have to look at these a little closer, make sure there's not a silver one in here. That's in 1980, 1990, year I graduated high school. 74, 2 years after I was born. 87, oh, 72, that's the year I was born. Enough, okay.
More Big Thunder. What?
9,
What?
9.
Can Matthew stop recording?
They're everywhere.
What is Matthew stop recording?
There's signals everywhere.